Hi, and welcome to another Palladium Accounting video tutorial. Today we're going to be having a look at a new special feature that's available on Palladium Premium and Palladium Mobile. And that feature is POD management, proof of delivery. The first aspect of this new feature is in the control panel and company options. Then we go to receivables, setting 2. So there's just this one setting here in the option screen which is labeled POD required. So all this means is when you process an invoice, in this case, because it's ticked, it means the invoice by default be flagged as an invoice that requires a POD. But like I said, it's just a default, so you can untick and tick this accordingly per invoice transaction. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this setting as is. Okay, so let's go have a look at this functionality in the sales invoice screen. I'm just going to quickly process a new one. And I'm just going to record this invoice. So firstly, the first thing that's new on here is this setting over here where it says POD required. So this ties back to the one we just had a look at in our company settings. So like we left that setting to say every invoice by default will require a POD. So before recording the document, I could have unticked that setting. Then another new addition on this screen is this a POD function here. So it's to attach the PODs, or you can view them if they're already attached. So I'm just going to click on here and I'm going to add in my POD and select OK. So now it has a 1 next to it indicating that there's a POD attached. So in terms of functionality, the POD and the attached files, in terms of how they work in attaching, they work exactly the same. But there's some very nice benefits to the POD function that we're going to have a look at now. So firstly, when you send out a customer statement, if you speak to any accountant or debtors clerk who's trying to bring money in, when they send statements out to the clients, the first things they ask for to delay payments is a copy of the invoice, or they'll ask for the POD. So because of that, we've got two very nice functions on here. So if I go over here, we have the ability to attach all invoices or just overdue invoices. So this setting is also available on Enterprise, but Palladium Premium goes that one step further, where you also have the ability to attach PODs. So I'm going to select the customer who just did an invoice for. So you'll see there it's now attached in my email. It's attached all outstanding invoices. It's attached my POD that's attached to the invoice, and it's sent through the statement. So going back to our reports, there's another new report over here that's called POD Management. So this allows us to run a report based on all invoices or delivery advices, because this functionality is not only on invoice, it also extends to delivery advices. So I want to run a report for all transactions within a specified date range. So over here, you can see this column over here, we can see which invoices don't have a POD attached with the symbol N, and the ones that do with the symbol Y. So if you want to see if your staff aren't doing their job and they're not attaching their PODs, you can run it on outstanding. So this will bring up all the invoices where there's no POD attached, but the invoice is flagged as an invoice that requires a POD. So another nice addition we've added here is also the ability to import PODs in bulk. So if I come into this functionality here, I want to load all current invoices here, and then you'll see here there's 3 invoices that don't have a POD attached. So we can import those in bulk. So let's have a look at one invoice in particular. So I'm looking at this invoice here that ends in a 6. So now the important thing you have to do is, so I've got a folder on my desktop. Let's just rename this quickly, POD, and I go in there. So I've got a POD here, and I've given it the name of the document, the invoice. So that's how the system is going to recognize it and know which invoice to link the POD to. So back in Palladium, over here. So I'm going to go import, and then I'm going to say this PC on my desktop in my POD folder. I'm just going to press OK, and you'll see it's loaded the one POD. And then I select update. So now if I go to that invoice number 6, it's attached that POD for me. Okay, so I'm now going to demonstrate how this POD management functionality is extended onto the mobile application. So I've just mirrored my phone onto my PC. So I'm just logging into the mobile app. Here's my username, password. Logging into my demo database. And then here are all the functionalities on the app, but the one we're interested in for the time being is the capture POD at the bottom. So on here we can scan any invoice or any delivery advice on the system. So I'm just going to activate by clicking this function down here. I can use the camera on my device. So there we go, it's picked up invoice number 2. And then on here, so this just gives me the details on there, so your customer can check the person you're delivering to. Okay, they're happy with the order. They can then press order details. And then there's 2 key settings here. So it has the ability for customer signature, and then there's also an option to upload the image. So I'm first going to demonstrate the signature aspect. So just over here is where I'm going to click now. Here I can put in my signature. I press OK, and then I'm going to press the tick on the top right hand corner. Data saved successfully. So now I'm going to log back into Palladium. Okay, so in Palladium, I'm going to my accounts receivable, sales invoice, and I'm going to open invoice number 2. So I'm in the invoice, and here we can see that there is a POD attached because the number 1, which was generated from what we did on the mobile device. I'm just going to open up the delivery note. Okay, if we scroll down to the bottom, you'll see there's the signature that we captured, there's the date, and then it also has the coordinates of the location where it was signed. Okay, so I've just gone back into the mobile app just to show you how you can upload an image. So perhaps you don't want the customer to sign, maybe you want the physical hard copy for the customer to sign the delivery note. So in that case, you can take a photo of it, get the customer to sign the delivery note, take a photo, and then you can upload that photo as a POD. So I'm just going back into here. So this is the same one that I did the signature for. So it's just giving me a warning to say you've already captured a POD. Do you want to capture the POD again? So I'm going to do yes, because I want to do the upload image one this time. So I'm going to go order details. Then over here, I'm just going to switch it to upload image, select upload image, and then over here, it's adding the delivery note that I took a photo of. So when I press the tick button to record it, save successfully. So if I now go back into Palladium, I'm going back to invoice number 3. So I've got 2 PODs attached now. I've got the signature one, and I've also got the image. So here's the image of the delivery note that I took. Okay, and that brings us to the end of this video tutorial on POD management. If you have any questions or would like to find out more about Palladium Premium and the Palladium Mobile app, please give us a call on 011-568-2900, or alternatively, you can email us on support@palladium.coza or sales@palladium.coza. All right, thank you for your time.